I'm here to check that
Yeah, brother.
This man tell me.
I am aware that the People's Progressive Party does not want me as a leader.
Here.
The FBI is doing their investigation. Some aspect is coming back.
Wealth is not trickling down to the people of Guyana.
There will be additional questioning that is required. And that is, of course, I don't get involved in that.
Critic.
Yeah, brother.
It is important for Venezuela to understand that Guyana will not be bullied, threatened, or intimidated.
Hello, good morning. Here.
I'm here to check that
Yeah, brother.
This man tell me.
I am aware that the People's Progressive Party does not want me as a leader.
Here.
The FBI is doing their investigation. Some aspect is coming back.
Wealth is not trickling down to the people of Guyana.
There will be additional questioning that is required. And that is, of course, I don't get involved in that.
Critic.
Yeah, brother.
It is important for Venezuela to understand that Guyana will not be bullied, threatened, or intimidated.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys. A great morning to all of those who tune into the realest thing in the world, coming to you from Guyana. I'm looking at events unraveling in Guyana, and we got our countdown. So the first countdown is to the 14th of this month, where candidates will be putting in the list of candidates. That should be interesting to see. You have some people obviously in, and it's going to go for the long haul, but the serious ramifications have to be told. I feel there's a sense of pride in telling people things or being the first in journalism. There's a bit of sense of pride in telling people things, and then whether they agree or disagree with you, and then it comes to pass. It's like a little knack in journalism. People glad to know that they knew first and they put it out there first. It's like that's what the competition in journalism is about. Right? So the warning as to what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and all them things now, is me putting it out there. Whether you accept that, whether you take it and how you take it, this is your business. No less than a US congressman has come out and said, and you gotta look at the news. Who you think news source tailors to? News source. Who do you think they tailor the information to? God Mosley's news source. Who do you think they tailor the information to? The black community. And this is where continually a community has been brought down and misled. Because you could post anything that is factual, but post it anyway. Don't run a news story after the congressman said what he said. So a congressman, for those of you who missed it, a congressman made a post on his X page. As you know, X used to be Twitter. And he didn't only make a post, he put it in Spanish and English. So if you think he's talking to we alone, he's talking to we and the Venezuelans. And what he says: in US Congress, we are alarmed by the regime in Venezuela, alarmed by the regime in Venezuela's attempt to undermine Guyana through its pro-Maduro puppet candidate, Azzedine Mohammed, who is sanctioned by OFAC. The Western Hemisphere must remain a stronghold for freedom, not a breeding ground for communist dictatorship. Very straightforward message. I ask, and just after that, Gordon Mosley comes out with a news article. Nobody asks how you get them information, but it's online. Where you get them information though, is from the lobbyists that Azzedine Mohammed hire. What the lobbyists that Azzedine Mohammed does do? You gotta ask Odessa Primus. When she went and met with the lobbyists, why would have she met a lobbyist? Is lobbying something illegal? That's the question. So the question to ask, who knows how to access these information, sir? Opposition is saying nothing about it. Opposition quiet. People who have a legal understanding. Because PPP used lobbyists in the past, PNC used lobbyists in the past, and they exposed one another using lobbyists. But the people who exposed themselves about using lobbyists is the Mohammeds. They came and said, we use lobbyists. They're the first people announced that they use lobbyists. The dumbest move ever. You gotta give Mohammed the credit for the world's dumbest move consecutively. One after the other. Now this is a US senator saying. Are you suggesting the US senator's opinion about Venezuela is as a result of Guyana lobbying? The US sanctions on Venezuela is as a result of a US congressman? The US sanctions on Azzedine and Nazar Mohammed is as a result of a lobbyist for $50,000 a month? By even I could reach to the US. Because $10 million a month is joke. You imagine if I start throwing $10 million a month at a lobbyist to tell them I'm down here in Guyana. My name is Mikhail Rodriguez, known as the Guyanese Critic. And this is what's going on with me. Let me tell you about Azzedine Mohammed. For $10 million a month, the narrative in Washington can be set. Business people gotta start using the against Melly Mel and Rickford Burke. The business community, they got banner could spend $10 million a month like joke. Me you know Azzedine don't spend it. $10 million a month could spend like joke. But here was the trick. Here was the funny thing. It gotta be public information. When you go, you gotta register the FARA site. And register what you want said. So we're not denying that lobbyists exist. And I don't know, I gotta ask Jagdew, what's this lobbyist about? Jagdew is the man for answer. Thursday gonna be big. Look out for Thursday. We're going out with this lobbyist. Right? I am asking you, the Guyanese people. This is yesterday a post on X by a US congressman. In the US Congress, we are alarmed at the regime in Venezuela's attempt to undermine Guyana. Is that true? Has Maduro and Venezuela been attempting to undermine Guyana? Yeah, I'll just answer my question. Is there a matter of fact through its pro-Maduro puppet candidate Azzedine Mohammed? Ask Azzedine Mohammed, how will he deal with Maduro? Not Essequibo is weaving. There's a Dave Martin thing. There's a fucking song. We want a song and a dance. Ask presidential candidate Azzedine Mohammed, how will he deal with Maduro? He can't deal with the Americans. He's under sanctions. How will Azzedine Mohammed deal with Maduro? Will he put guns on his Lamborghini and go to war? How will Azzedine Mohammed keep Maduro at bay? If he does not and cannot have, you think Venezuela is being sanctioned? You ever hear America say a piece of land can't come, a tree from Venezuela can't come to America? Who does get sanctioned? Why is Venezuela under sanctions? And politicians in Venezuela under sanctions? Because of policies or stances that were taken by Venezuelan people who is led by Maduro. People say, oh God, Guyana can't come under sanctions. Don't you think this is the same discussion Hugo Chavez was having? No, we gonna do what we gotta do, and we don't care. And the people believe, and they follow, and now everybody's in shit. Bovista is flooded with people hungry and suffering. I had 2 mechanics Venezuelans working for me who were big businessmen in Venezuela. They fix me engines. That's how they come down to Guyana. That's how they come down in the standard of the world. Come from being big businessmen, running a big trucking company and so on, to come in to fix my engines in Guyana. From a country of 31 million people to come to a country for less than 1 million people to work for me. How did they get there? How did Venezuela get there? Hugo Chavez made a move, America warned him. Hugo Chavez made another move, America warned him. Then America brings sanctions against individuals. Then America bring more sanctions and they keep adding things. Y'all ain't getting this thing. Y'all ain't watching how this thing progressing. Guyanese are not watching how this thing, to make this out, so with Guyana, it is true lobbying that Guyana has been able to bring sanctions. It's true lobbying, causing Is it true lobbying? Is Venezuela a dictatorship? Does Maduro and Venezuela have sanctions upon them? Has Azzedine Mohammed answered on to now? This 10,000 kilograms of gold that they're accused of smuggling and been sanctioned by Guyana, by the US. For y'all ain't catch yourself. Y'all thought the US would get up in arms and just be interested in the corruption in Guyana? Is as a result is when the US test the gold, they realize some of the gold is Venezuelan gold. Y'all playing mad or y'all playing stupid? Y'all playing mad or y'all playing stupid? The smuggling is gold smuggling and tax evasion. Where do you believe the smuggling was coming from? You feel you could get a big gold smuggling operation out of a dictatorship with army and running everything, and Maduro never going there? You understand what's the connection? You're playing mad, you're playing stupid. Me got for come for tell y'all what's the trick? Me got for come for tell y'all is what is going on. The congressman from the United States got come and tell you what's going on? You not see? Every other, the president has policies on Venezuela. Jagdeo, the opposition, has a policy. Nigel Hughes and Norton. Ask Azzedine Mohammed, what is his policy? Not whether Pesequib is real. There's a Dave Martin song, and as a matter of fact, let him talk against Maduro. What he does not understand, in his narcissistic, psychopathic mind, he assumes that Venezuela would walk over there. I'm telling you, the immigrants would walk over because he has no support by the Americans. He will not be recognized diplomatically. The Americans will not recognize somebody that's been sanctioned. You'll end up like Venezuela. And if both will be there in the same boat in a black area or a blocked out area, the aisle people pull out because they're there, you can't do nothing about it. We don't know how to operate anything. Exxon put some people and say, secure replace. We can ease up taking aisle for now. Or taking aisle. Exxon done there in. Exxon has agreements. Exxon can take the aisle, carry it to me, and just put it in a bank account that nobody can touch. That could be done. I want you to listen to this. At least there's some people that still have a sense of loyalty. This is the Mark Benchcap program. Right? Recently.
Guyana now has summertime. They have an army.
That's how foreign.
Economy, right? Somebody hit the jackpot.
So Mark do you think he cost out the PPP?
Trillion. They fund, finally they move.
Bear in mind, Mark ain't pro PPP. Mark is PPP enemy. Mark ain't want to see PPP. PPP is Mark enemy. Mark Benchcap will do anything for pull down the PPP. But listen to this.
On 107.1 FM. We saw this here, and this is nothing new. I don't know why you guys are losing sleep over this. It's your taxpayer dollars, yeah. And the taxpaying dollars, that's how it's spent. When friends are friends, they spend taxpayers' monies to pay law firm.
This is what Mark Benchcap himself saying. They spend taxpayers' dollar while they this. I want you to listen to what a man who come on his program. Is where party? Okay.
He's wanted allegedly for rape, and so the police.
Watch, let me use the one and get straight to the point. So that you hear Mark Benchcap attacking the PPP, talking about everything. Then he interviews somebody.
The U.S. Congress warns OFAC, sanctioned Azzedine Mohammed is a pro-Maduro puppet.
You remember he cussed this thing in. He asked somebody for their opinion. An individual that has a background in U.S. operations. Listen to this.
Aside the pro-Maduro puppet, but U.S. Congress warns OFAC, or is it a congressman warns OFAC? I don't know what's going on here. Put the pieces together, please, Tom.
Yeah, so there's a congressman down here called Mr. Carlos Jimenez. He's from the Miami area. He's in the whole group with Marco Rubio. And I've told the audience before, and you guys should hear this, okay? So the Cuban members of our congressional caucus, they have their own network of intel guys that are different from United States intel stuff. Like, they have access to information in the Caribbean that a lot of people don't have. And so whenever you hear a Cuban member of our Congress speak on something on the international level, they're speaking from a place of knowledge. I'm telling you. And they know more than just what our government's telling them. They get information from on the ground, through the Catholic Church, through a lot of different areas. And so when you hear a member of Congress like this speak out publicly and say, hey, Azzuddin Mohammed is a pro-Maduro puppet, what he's saying is the intel that we have, the information we have in the United States, and the information that they have been getting is information telling them that Azzuddin Mohammed is doing everything that he's doing in order to benefit Maduro and his smuggling operation. Because remember, Maduro, he uses Trinidad like his own little smuggling island. Okay, so the Venezuelans have been very active under Maduro in smuggling all types of stuff out of the Amazon. Okay, this is just what they do. Maduro's a crook, man. He's a thief, and he's looking to steal from Guyana. So of course, if Maduro is going to plug into Guyana and try to steal from the people of Guyana right next door to him, who is Maduro going to work with? He's going to work.
By the way, if you just tuned in, we're looking at an interview on the Mark Benchcop program, one of the biggest haters of the PPP.
With smugglers. Azzuddin Mohammed is a smuggler. And I've said it before, okay? The reason why he's running for president is real simple. He sees it like this. He's under sanctions himself personally. But if he becomes president, then he can make the entire nation be under sanctions. And so that way, everybody will be like him, and his situation will be fixed. So he doesn't have to get off sanctions. All he has to do is put all the rest of you in Guyana under sanctions, and now he's back on the top of the mountain. That's his goal. That's his plan. And so when you hear our members of Congress say, oh, he's a pro-Maduro puppet, what they're saying is, oh, this guy's running for office so that he can become president, and he can make it so that the entire nation of Guyana will be under sanctions. And when that happens, guess what? Maduro takes over Guyana, right? And what will happen is all of Guyana, you will lose everything. They will rob you blind. Because once you're under American sanctions, the entire country, then you're like a black zone to us and our government, which means that every government in the world is going to see you and easily pick you apart. Because what they're going to say is okay, well, your nation can't even bank with the United States. Your people can't bank with anybody in Europe. You can't even fly to the United States, because that's what will happen with sanctions.
No, sir. Talk for yourself. I will be able to fly to the, because I will be out of this country by then. I'll be gone. I'll not be in Guyana. Most Guyanese who got common sense. Yeah. Not to worry. Y'all don't have to worry. That criminal there and his father will never see the halls of power. There's madness. And I continue to look at the PPP. I continue to look at the PPP and ask, what is the PPP's game? Is the PPP playing devil's advocate? Go side by side. I continue to ask the PPP, what is their game? America has brought sanctions against the Mohammeds for smuggling in gold, and on to now, the government of Guyana can't say anything about 10,000 ounces. And Jagdio continue to talk about it. Me and Jagdio get a fucking problem Thursday come. Watch laugh. The Americans have sanctioned the Mohammeds for the smuggling and tax evasion and 10,000 kilograms of gold. Where is Soku? If you got 2 cars in your yard where you can't get kung for, Soku, come and collect it. GRA went and pick up a vehicle the other day from what they're saying is an immigration scam, the remigrant scam. GRA went and picked it up with peace. You know, there's done steady, but they don't highlight it. Where is this man vehicles? One of the questions y'all got to ask the president. One of the questions PPP supporters got to ask the president and the Jagyo, what game they playing with the Mohammeds? Less than a US congressman sees the Mohammed connection with the Venezuelans and for what they are. Sees the real danger and says it out publicly on X. Ask, when they're finally and Jagyo going around the place, ask them the question, what game are they playing with Mohammed? That is the question that has to be asked. Something is amiss here. Nothing. America helping an investigation in a more than nothing about that. America brought sanctions for 10,000 kilograms. It's 10,000 kilograms of Guyana gold and gold that was smuggled through Guyana. How Guyana know nothing, mother? How Soku ain't do nothing yet? How GRA ain't do nothing yet? What is going on? Ask. When they got asked them, what is the game with these criminals? Because listen to what Azadin Mohammed said one time. Is this the fear and the scare? This is what Azadin Mohammed himself said one time. Listen to this.
We have the strength to win the elections on our own. Right now, we will not coalesce going into the election.
A few moments later.
This buys life for everything. That's not the one I wanted. It's the whole video where he said for smuggle 10,000 kilograms of gold, people would have to sign off. People like GRA ministers got to sign up. I want to know, because I don't care whoever got to go down with it, got to go with it. But somebody go in. I don't care who go in. All of them was a part of the corruption gago. Ask your president. This by family. Listen to this.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Yusuf.
This is a blood uncle of Azadin Mohammed. A blood uncle. This is what he had to say about that narcissist. A blood uncle. People could come and attack. Nature Bike come and cuss out this big Nature Bike could be this man. That man look like he mentally, he got any mental problem? Nature Bike opioid addict with mental health issues and everything else, was discharged from the army for being mentally unfit, could come and talk to this man? Eh? Blood. And his father, a shame of a son, that he's willing to lose everything for a stupid son. Is shame. There's audio of his father saying, buy your head no good, buy your stupid, buy what you do. He spared the rod and spoiled the child. Now the child is going to destroy an empire. Has never said it happened before.
I proudly endorse President Irfan Ali for re-election for the September 4th general and regional election. My fellow Ghanese, brothers and sisters, do not gamble with your future and the future of your children and your country. Vote proudly for President Irfan Ali and the PPP-C on the 1st of September 2025. I endorse President Irfan Ali because he is capable. He is a brilliant leader. He have a lot of vision for the country, and for the past 5 years he did great. So that is why, you know, I am sticking with Dr. Irfan Ali for this next 5 years to complete his vision. Well, my nephew, Azrin Mohammed, does not understand politics. He don't understand geopolitics. He is a political novice. So for that reason, I don't think he have the ability, and he is not that educated. So that is my main reason. If he had those qualities, you know, I would have been the first to endorse him. But he don't have leadership quality. So that is why I just dismiss him. Well, you see, my brother Muhammad, he used to do a lot of charitable work. Up to now, we keep on doing his charitable work, but he never make it public. For the past 30 years, he did this. You know, he helped a lot of people. He helped a lot of the family members. We are thankful. We are grateful for his assistance. Alhamdulillah, he's a very good person. He's very kind-hearted. But his son, Azri Muhammad, comes along and he hijacked his false charity, and he's going about now, and he turned it into a political circus. He's just going about there now and using now for political reward. So he's going there now to get the people, you know, to show them that he is such a charitable man, that he deserves, you know, to lead them. But this guy is not fit, and he's just, he and his sister, Hannah Muhammad, that just wake up one morning, you know, and decide to form a political party because Azri Muhammad, he have some social media standings, he have a lot of followers, and his sister, these two people are social media freaks. So they decide that they fantasize that they said that they're you know, from the elite class, and they are, you know, capable of running this country. And I totally disagree with this because it does not have the ability, and the people at heart in general. It's about them and their, you know, their ego. So that is why I just, you know, dismiss them, because they are not capable to lead this country to prosperity. It's about themselves. They are very, you know, I would say that they are too narcissists. They just think about themselves all the time, and they don't care much about the people. They're just going about there and pretending that they, you know, have this quality and they, you know, deserve to be leaders for this country. So I totally disagree with this. I am not in agreement with this. Azri Muhammad is not fit and proper, as Mr. Green just said. He is not fit and proper to lead this country, and for that reason I am ordering the people not to pay him much mind.
That is one uncle. We're going through family members. This is another uncle who is a Muslim cleric.
Chinese brother president
Hold on.
for the Cooperative Republic of Guyana for a second term. I have known Dr.
Short and sweet.
Peace be upon you all. I am Muhammad Hasib Yusuf. I reside on the east bank of Demerara. I have been a religious leader, educator, and social activist for most of my life. I have been the leader of the Guyana Islamic Trust for over 14 years and have served as principal of Isa Islamic School for over a decade. I have a bachelor's degree in Caribbean history and political science, and I studied Islamic theology and Arabic language. I am doing this video in order to announce my endorsement of Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali as President for the Cooperative Republic of Guyana for a second term. I have known Dr. Ali since his school days, and I have observed his remarkable brilliance, leadership, and compassion. Over the past years, the current term, we have all witnessed his unprecedented commitment and relentless hard work to the development and advancement and transformative development of Guyana in almost every sector of our society.
By the way, this disassociation of the Mohammed's family from the Mohammeds and from Azzedine Mohammed comes just days after Secretary of State Rubio spoke about the effects of family members of sanctioned individuals. Right away, everybody disassociated themselves. Cousins, everybody got. It was a big family war, big family rift. Now, you ain't seeing this? We can show you more. Listen to this.
Health, education, security, infrastructural development, social services, the management of the economy, particularly in energy and agriculture, and also in international diplomacy. Dr. Irfan has distinguished himself as a very capable and prominent leader of Guyana. And we have all observed that. It's very difficult for anybody to deny his accomplishments for the past period. And for that reason, I am endorsing him for the second term as someone who has been very integral in the development myself of it.
This is family members. Let's go to... This is family members, right?
The U.S. Congress warns...
Remember what this man said.
When you're under that situation, the rest of the world will rob you blind. Because what are you going to do then? Are you going... Is going to see...
Nobody paying attention to this. What will Azzedine Mohammed's plan be? Don't worry the fact that we discussed it serious. We're playing into Guyanese illusions. We're playing with Guyanese illusions and delusions of grandeur. What will be his foreign policy? What will be Azzedine Mohammed's foreign policy on Venezuela, and how will he address it? This is not... So, getting a visa take away is a form of sanction. This is not getting a visa take away. Azzedine Mohammed and Nazar Mohammed are the old factless in the world. Nobody, no way with common sense. That's why they put it up there. And they can't. Marco Rubio warned. People continue to warn. President and the ambassador throwing shades. Everybody warning. Nobody taking warning. Every time, everything I can show you warning after warning after warning after warning. And the hungry bellies and the low lives and the scrapers don't fucking care. I will warn you every day. I will warn you every day. Because when people go, oh God, we can't be this, no, tell me your problem. Go tell God your problem. Because when I talking to you, they listen, go!
And easily pick you apart. Because what they're going to say is okay, well, your nation can't even bank with the United States, which meant you will lose everything. Guyana will be pumping Guyana under the smugglers. Azzedine Mohammed is a smuggler. And I've said it before. Okay?
Bear in mind, this is a Mark Benchcap. Mark Benchcap is asking advice. This is a man who hates the PPP with every fiber of his body, asking advice of somebody who understands. the geopolitics in Guyana. That's not me, says a partner. Mark Benchcap himself. And if you're going to watch the whole program, it's not everything nice to talk about the PPP. He cussing the PPP before the man come out. He asked the man for Yannis' opinion. Somebody who has a background in the geopolitics in Guyana, how things working in Congress in the States, and how the United States in general works.
Hey, the reason why he's running for president is real simple. He sees it like this. He's under sanctions himself personally. But if he becomes president, then he can make the entire nation be under sanctions. And so that way, everybody will be like him, and his situation will be fixed. So he doesn't have to get off sanctions. All he has to do is put all the rest of you in Guyana under sanctions, and now he's back on the top of the mountain. That's his goal. That's his plan. And so when you hear our members of Congress say, oh, he's a pro-Maduro puppet, what they're saying is, oh, this guy's running for office so that he can become president, and he can make it so that the entire nation of Guyana will be under sanctions. And when that happens, guess what? Maduro takes over Guyana, right? And what will happen is all of Guyana, you will lose everything. They will rob you blind. Because once you're under American sanctions, the entire country, then you're like a black zone to us and our government, which means that every government in the world is going to see you and easily pick you apart. Because what they're going to say is okay, well, your nation can't even bank with the United States. Your people can't bank with anybody in Europe. You can't even fly to the United States, because that's what will happen with sanctions. No one in Guyana will even be able to come to America, right? And when you're under that situation, the rest of the world will rob you blind. Because
now people are questioning what this guy is saying. Oh, you knew how Venezuela sanctions progressed? You knew how the war in Ukraine and Russia would have progressed? And I'm sure there have been critics all about the world who knew that it would not have happened. Do you think when something is about to go down, everybody agrees? Like before this one gets sanctioned, you think he knew he was going to get sanctioned when he passed in front of the American embassy waving the Palestinian flag 2 weeks before the sanctions clapping in? You don't think he pushing he locked up? You see every time he make a move, he dig himself into a bigger hole? All right, let me continue.
Going to do then? Are the people of Guyana going to go to China and say, "Oh, protect us, stop people from stealing everything from us"? And so that's Azraddin Mohammed's plan. You know, he wants basically to get out from underneath sanctions by putting the whole country under sanctions, and that would benefit a lot of people around the world, including some Americans. There are some Americans who would love for Guyana to be under sanctions, because then it would be so easy to rob your country blind, and there's nothing you guys will be able to do about it. You'll be underneath the Guyanese police force, where if anyone says a word, they'll just gun you down, unalive you, throw you in a trench, and Azraddin Mohammed will be your king, your sanctions king, and you'll all be under sanctions with him together. That's the plan, and that's what will happen to Guyana if he becomes president. So that's why people are speaking.
He's not becoming president. That man knows that. Everybody knows that. He's not going to become president. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you.
Morning. How are you doing, bro?
Yeah. What's your take?
On what? You saying what I said?
Oh, shucks. No. I never my live, you know. I thought you were going to give your opinion live. Safe. Yeah. I'll read your thing just now. Yeah, he will become president. But those are the effects. Why would you associate what Yall and Anderson are going to? Iron. He's good friends. I could have gotten everything the world was being offered to me. Iron. The man family run. What wrong with that, right? Are you mad as stupid? Rubio sent a message. Rubio started talking about sanctions and family members. It's family run. The man buy out Anog party. Right? Let me listen to this,
Yeah,
man.
because they're saying, oh man, if this guy becomes president, it's obvious what happens here. Guyana becomes a dictatorship, the entire country goes under sanctions, and you all get robbed blind for the next 2 or 3 generations, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. That's what you guys are facing. I don't want that to happen to you, but you know what? The people of Guyana have a choice, and if you guys want to choose sanctions and your whole country under sanctions, go ahead. Pick Azraddin.
Nice. Clear
US
message.
Congress warns
Where the
OPEC.
man get
Sanction.
where the man get the information from? Now I want you to listen to this. I got one more for you. The man who going wrong, as the helper for people, the man don't help people. The father did the same thing. When he said, why feed you, low life dog? Most ungrateful dog in the world. Hear this, boy. This is the mad. Here, when they're under pressure, they can't answer because the face where they're showing you is not what they're in their mind. When you're under pressure, thing within your mind just come out. Here it is, boy.
Your father, come, why you come? Listen to the story.
The story ain't go how he want. Because he got all the time in the world for walk around with his ill-gotten gains and play helping people. Irfan Ali has to create policies not to help one people. When Irfan Ali said give him 50,000 house lots, Irfan Ali can't decide who's the house lots going to. It's who apply for house lots, gotta forget it. Hear this, boy. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Critic. Hey, I like how you're coming like a prophet by that see the whole thing before and look people backing it up by like 10 coming to pass and it's things that you mentioned before, but no, and this man explained everything that what he was trying to tell the people. So if you won't understand it, say something around here for me, no.
Brother, here I tell you, I take pride in knowing that here I say it first. And let it go.
And there's something that you mentioned all the time.
Let it go. I might just get vexed and go to Washington and talk to some US congressmen. Just now. I might get vexed and do that.
Yeah, but look how far this thing reached. Days for sure how serious them are, serious part. The days what people they understand. Then it's stupid going around the place, running Marvin, you gotta read things up and find out to put some things up before. Yeah, but they take it easy there.
Safe.
Big up.
Your message Irfan, your message me. Who assisted you?
Here now. If the man me back them holla, he get from both. Guy needs leg bag, the leg free thing. Watch you know. I like them that play Muslim forget. You know how much people play Muslim forgetting? Listen to me, being a Muslim, a genuine Muslim, if you dedicate your time to Islam, you will get help. If you dedicate your time to Islam and be an honest, genuine Muslim, you will get help. Watch this one here.
Listen to the story.
He trying to prove a point with a man we help by. He make her remember when Brian Max back so the food out to the beggar man. You ain't understand. But people don't know. You're looking at a narcissist. Narcissists don't have humility. They're trying to act like how they think people would portray them.
Your message Irfan, your message me. Who assisted you? Who assisted you more? Good.
All to assist.
And it's not my duty to. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Imagine he go wrong. A Muslim brother telling another Muslim brother. He portray himself as a Muslim. Is that his duty too? You got more than a duty badness. You accused of thieving the taxpayers' money. More. You got taxpayers' money we could spend it out accountability because you thief it. So you and Irfan are in the same boat. It's just that Irfan gonna be added to the Irfan gonna explain how he spend the money. You don't gotta explain how you spend the money. Because it's Irfan allow you to. Because you still there road, you're supposed to there jail. Nobody asks questions about that. You imagine news source running serious stories about Azadi Mohammed. Nobody asks a question about the sanctions, about the 10,000 kilograms of gold. We're going out with the court matter, with the cars. You have been found in several criminalities, running a country and talking about credibility. No fucking credibility whatsoever. Plus, he's not even a good Muslim. Playing for the Muslim thing card. So you go, come, tell them the story. Who gave more?
It's not my duty.
It's not your duty, it's your duty to your Muslim.
But I still assisted him.
Listen to me.
You hear this? With my own. Irfan assisted with your money, taxpayers' money.
Irfan didn't assist nobody. As the president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Irfan don't assist nobody. Irfan is executing a mandate to the people. Irfan ain't assisting nobody. He said he will create jobs, he will create a better environment in Guyana. It is a job that is paid for. The PPP and Irfan Ali campaigned upon that. He started by saying in my kitchen, he will give $50,000 cash grant by 2025. He will create 50,000 jobs and he will give 50,000 house lots. Of which for the most part has been created and exceeded. To date, 50,000 house lots have been created. Whether they've been given out, I don't know. But I know they've been created and more is being created. This is to everybody. Not the people that are going to tell Azadi Mohammed what he want for here when he help them. Listen to this whole thing and pick sense out and nonsense. What he trying to create? For sure. He's not a true Muslim. And he hide under that. They talk about Muslim brotherhood and all kind of thing. Muslims don't operate like that. A man wouldn't come and shy the thing in your face. We help you. And when Irfan Ali speaks about what he does for the country, the cash grant, every ID card, passport bearing, born Guyanese, naturalized Guyanese citizen is entitled to that. Not who Azadi Mohammed like. Listen to this.
Hey, your father? Come, why you come? Listen to this story. You message Irfan, you message me. Who assisted you?
You get from Irfan too.
Who assisted you more?
You understand how these banner everything for the, you are careful. Them man would give food. You remember when they get bigs? You remember when they get bigs for how I eat, how much chicken I eat 6 burger one time? That man's give food and watches how much meat they inside. And calculate you get more meat. Low life and hungry, belly on a different level. Azadi Mohammed is a different kind of low life. That man's watch. You imagine publicly you running for president and you tell people who assists you more. They ain't a petty, like a little petty. Hey man, who give more? Who do more for you? They ain't got a better way of dealing with her. I don't know what was the assistance about, but that man ain't look like he need assistance. He got 2 strong fucking hands. But anybody getting anything taken in Guyana. Guyana come from a remission country. Guyana is a remission country. People, family always sending things. I never get nothing. Because I would take offense. Like the day my auntie want to send a $40, $20 from England. I said, man, what the fuck? By the time I go for collect the money, how much money it costs me for collect the money? I got better things to do. Me time more valuable than going and collect a $40. It's out of good nature. So, but I said, man, auntie, don't worry with that. £100. Why go in, take risk and time and energy and I can go collect 20,000? Why are you going to do with that? What am I doing with that? It's just that these people, some people need it. Some people need it. I am not in that position.
Good. And it's not my duty to. Am I correct?
He accept. What are he helping these people about, by? I mean, this man, the campaign. Bear in mind, this is before the campaign. When he helped, when he gave all them house and so he give. This man, the campaign and all the time. This man ain't giving nobody nothing. This man, the campaigning all the time.
It's not my duty.
It's not your duty, it's your duty to your Muslim
But I still
I chop it man in the back, figure it out. I said, no, it's your duty to your Muslim brother. Imagine the embarrassment and putting the man through by. Hey, I help you by. I give you some water at time by. I give you some food at time. I could only imagine how the Muslim community watching and reeling.
assisted him.
Listen to me.
You hear this? With my own. Your fan assisted with your money, taxpayers' money. Yeah. It's not my duty, brother.
He accept that it's not his duty. That means he had a modus operandi, or his modus operandi was for power. Watch Jim Jones by. Watch the Kool-Aid King. That is the 21st century Jim Jones. Ay, 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 ay. Which one is this one?
Application, which is a different kind of sanction. Now,
this is recently a Freddie Kissoon show.
You have to laugh, but I'm going to give you Anouk's take first. Anouk has even before.
Bear in mind, this guy here, who's a fraud on many levels. You know, he was arrested with the drugs ban thing in Diamond. This guy here, nobody don't do the thing. So when they had the big drugs ban situation, let me tell you if you didn't know. Remember the drugs ban story when PNC came in to got the drugs ban at Diamond, the big drugs ban story. He was one of them who was being investigated and was arrested. How you believe he brought a lot to He brought a lot, was the arch nemesis now. I will tell you something. I can't at this point at this juncture in my life tie up with no political party. Like Thursday come, I am frustrated and I will ask Jagdio again, who is he and the Mohammed's game? Because they got some game. So who was run by poor people when they see they got 4 car knows that Azadine Mohammed has a lot of equipment, properties and all them things, the true ill-gotten gains, the Mohammeds, and them doing nothing about it. I want to know who's the game. I want to know who at Soku get buyout. Because allegations have been made before about Soku being bought out. Yes, allegations have been made. This man here, the issue surrounding when he was suspended for 2 years. Mark France, who is now the head of ANUG, when he was suspended for 2 years, he's a doctor. Yes, he's a doctor. The issue we come on and say, oh, it was dealt with, it was fraud. It wasn't an issue, it was fraud. Forging signatures. We said it was taken care of. He hasn't answered that yet. He has rose to the position at the top. Yesterday, he posted, he got sue. You got sue whoever you got sue. I say you went to America and collect money. And he go to the top of the Mohammeds, been at the top of ANUG, and the Mohammeds then bought out the ANUG party. It's said in the statement, make sure you got screenshots of the statement and so where the issue for us. That ANUG come on the team win. Comes on the team win. Right? This man here. Now, when you're running for politics, I have had my fair share of charges, which was set up. I tell you, all a policeman named Bash. I ain't ready for you. They're just driving on the road. I remember Bash take a money for dig a fraud charging me. And when we got the magistrate throw it out, nothing. I got the thing, they show you how the case jacket and so went. No evidence and so. But trying for me, wasn't supposed to be for this, it was came into private court, private matter. But they charged me, set me up. Policeman named Baksh. I know part of the guy in the police force he there. But every time I remember I was getting a passion. Right? Right? He take over ANUG. When he go and tie up, imagine 2 liars, prominent like run the co-founders. What's your next one? Hear the story, man.
This collaboration. And it's not a coalition, it's a collaboration.
It's not a coalition, it's a collaboration. Parties that collaborate. Watch Fred. Let me see Freddie Kissoon's facial expression.
Has been clear in saying that we will not be having any financial dealings with the Mohammeds and or any other sanctioned individual. But to give you another example and how this thing is even more laughable, Mayor Thomas was sanctioned under that same sanction. Okay, last year, June. Mayor Thomas was on the executive committee of the PPPC. Mayor Thomas was the permanent secretary of one of the ministries of the Guyana government. Mayor Thomas, as has been explained by none other than the vice president at his plethora of conferences when asked to this issue, is currently on administrative leave.
Total disassociation. She no longer works. She no longer the PPP executive. I don't know if she have a bank account. Obviously, she don't have a visa. So she family had disassociated herself and she husband beat out and run. You understand what's going on? Hear this, man. I want to hear.
That as formation with any sanctioned individual is so laughable, but I'll give the others a chance.
Here.
Return and then, Ubaj, you heard Dr.
Hi, good evening, folks. And Freddie and Leonard, thank you for having me.
And let me thank you for having us for the second time at an iconic place in Guyana that will remain forever iconic. I don't think the iconic status of this place will ever erode. It's gone etched into Guyanese historiography. Georgetown Cricket Club, GCC.
Historiography. Historiography. Wow. And when I listen to people like Freddie Kissoon use words, right? You go, you find out the word, and you use word historiography. he's not gonna say a word that his historiography.
Casting from the third level of the Georgetown Cricket Club, overlooking the District of Border. Jonathan?
As I was saying, good evening once again, and thank you all. Thank you, Freddie and Leonard, for having me back here to have this quite an interesting discussion as to a very recent event with Anog collaborating with Win. There are a couple of things that needs to be cleared up first of all. And Mark quite rightly says that there are two different types of sanctions. And the ambassador, the US ambassador to Guyana, made it quite clear that the OFAC sanction is a financial sanction. And it does not affect people who associate with, it does not affect friends of persons who are sanctioned on OFAC. However,
so what happened to Odessa Primus, man? Y'all don't understand what's going on? The ambassador is a diplomat. You know what's the purpose of it? Do you ever hear a diplomat cussing out? Do you ever see a diplomat protesting? A diplomat's purpose is to be diplomatic. What did Marco Rubio say? What did the congressman just say? Why did family members of the Mohammed run for the hills? This Jonathan Haywood is half of a crackhead. If you meet Jonathan, you're going to realize he's half of a crackhead. But you got to respect his saying. He's very vocal about his opinion. If the other two prominent lawyers that co-founded this party run within minutes of the Hardy connection, here Jonathan Haywood explain.
however, what it does, it puts you as the individual on the US government's radar.
No, man, Johnny, no. You don't put you on the radar. You're there on Mohammed Paydar, not the radar. US radar, no. You imagine these people taking the followers and supporters and leading them into this? You imagine these people coming for explain out to this? When the Muhammad's family blood disowned them, Azadin Muhammad said, he ain't got nothing to do with these people. You imagine voting for Anog.
And if you think that they're not going to be if they're not going to start scrutinizing you, then something is definitely wrong with your thought process. Because if you want to be associated with someone who's sanctioned under OFAC, for financial transactions, even though you're not involved in financial transactions with this person or persons, you become a target.
No, man, Jonathan, you're not target. You become target practice. No, Johnny. Johnny, no, man. How you talk is so different from Mark? Johnny, no, Johnny. Hey, but here, you gotta respect Portuguese people. Are people that got more than 50% Portuguese. We don't have to count at all, by. You understand? Indian people and black people is like the barn with cataract. Black people got PNC cataract and Indian people got PPP cataract. The barn with the Portuguese people. Oh, no.
Government will start to investigate you, your family, your friends.
No, man. How you gonna say that? Watch Mark face. I take the money now. This man, I shouldn't know this man is a madman. I shouldn't know. I shouldn't know this man. Somebody investigate just for find out who you are. Oh, I wonder. The Americans are in a room and here where they're thinking, I wonder who this guy is. Oh, I wonder. Yes, they investigating for wonder. It's like Stevie Wonder, you know? Oh, I wonder. Oh, I wonder.
to see if there's any financial connection.
You know, Mark France fixing glasses. He's seeing properly. He eyes that blur. He's seeing dark.
Between the two of you. So, in my logical thinking, anyone in Ano who deals in financial aspects in Guyana.
You know what's one of the biggest things about a political campaign? You know what's the number one thing? If the big PPP going to hold barbecue for his money, you know what's the single biggest thing? Open up, me there, man. Let me talk to these fucking retards. You know what's the single biggest thing in a political campaign? Money, money, money. And Mark France, he associates with a man who got $40 billion Guyana sit on pound. And he can take money from the man. Where you gonna pull him out of your buy? Your hole? You got a little money you just stashing in your piggy bank all the time? Where you gonna take the money from? Your piggy bank? You there up and down with Mohammed. It ain't got financial transaction, ain't got $1,000 and $1 million. Financial transaction is financial transaction. I'm waiting to see which bank doing business with France. I'm waiting to see which bank doing business with Mark France. You hear what I'm telling you? The biggest thing about election campaigns, everybody know though, is money. Mark France said he connection with the Muhammad ain't got nothing to do with money connection. It's love. He just turned a Muslim. Listen to this.
And I can understand why some of the lawyers have walked away from Ano.
No man, the lawyers ain't walk away. You ever see when a pit cave in the bush? They walk away, they run for the hills. Just run for higher ground. Walk away in comments.
Because their offices are registered offices for some of the foreign companies that are in Guyana. That's a financial transaction. And they don't want to be brought under that U.S. government scrutiny for...
Listen to me. The U.S. government not easy. You know it's a cavity search. I think some Guyanese want though, and they just because I don't know if the U.S. Customs Border people have medical skills to find out if you got colon cancer at the same time, or if you got any colon deficiencies. But them people there in Ano, they got some pictures with some of them posing and so. Gonna get cavity search. Up in your hole. When you see them put on them gloves, sir, that's that. You're gonna get scrutiny. Man.
Financial transactions sanctions. So they've decided to separate themselves from Ano.
And where make the family, as the uncles, them, they ain't got no money, they collecting them. Why you believe they separate themselves publicly and run for the hills? Huh? Now I can't tell y'all the details. I can't tell y'all the details of why I run, but I'm telling y'all, hey, it's serious. When the people start checking your hole, then you just realize, wait. wait. Is so serious, this thing serious?
Even though Ano may consider itself as a social connection with the sanctioned persons. They have opened, the persons in ANOC, the senior levels of ANOC, have opened themselves up for scrutiny by the U.S. government.
Oh God, I ain't able no more, man. So much is so much. Let me get some action.
So, ladies and
you know
gentlemen,
this guy?
we are back. You know,
we are back. Ian, Ian, how you doing, boy? Ian. I think I'm going to go up to Ian. I'm going up to Ian Allen.
And why I visited Guyana, as you know, election is scheduled for
you visited the Guyana.
September. I believe the first.
Ian visited the Guyana. Welcome, my brother. Welcome to you. And I'm glad you visited the Guyana. I'm hoping you've had an interesting time when you were here, I heard. And let's see what that time looked like. Ian Allen in Guyana.
Million people that knows about my show, 139 people, and religiously, 134 million, sorry, and we have 5 million persons religiously looks at Crime Watch. Religiously, 5 million persons. And our website, ianallen.org, is the only website in Trinidad and Tobago has so much traffic. So much traffic. So everybody's locked on. So everybody knows me from around the world. Everybody knows me. All of the islands are programmer. I mean, and I tell persons, we don't deal with people who say your program is, your program is number one. I'm not saying that. We go with figures, market facts and opinion, analytics. We go with analytics. So we continuing. So he decided, I called Mohammed. I said, Mohammed, let me meet you now. He said, okay, I'll meet you lunch. And he said, no, I can't meet you today. What about tomorrow? It's Saturday. We go on to Saturday now. And imagine, he's fearful of meeting me. And we go to Saturday now. I said, Saturday? He said, well, he has to go there, he has to go somewhere. And he said, what about Saturday night? But why am I coming out tonight to meet you? Because that's the night, I want to go. And he told me, he said, but I saw you in the, he asked me, Mohammed asked me, so how many people do you think that was at that meeting in Friday night? I said,
that's how the boys chop it. That is how the boys chop it. Like one little girl. Like when you're young, like one little girl. How much people Ian Allen been there? How much people been there? You know how much people been? Like those things interest him. Even when we were friends, he was asked questions like you know that? That's supposed to be common sense. You understand? How much people, Ian, how much people been there? While the man talking to you about interviewing you, he want to get some information out of the man too.
About 12 or 13,000 people, other people. So I don't know why he's asking me that. I'm not, you know.
Me even watch this video and I know it would be strange, right? You'd feel like you're talking to somebody stupid when they ask you a question. How much people been there? Like I come from Trinidad and I want to interview you. But before I've been at Irfan Ali's show, I hear you. So how much people been at the show?
If he wanted to get his figures right, but it had a lot of people. And so I said, what about Friday? He said, I said, so what about Saturday? Well, he said, there are things to do again. So he keep putting it off. And when I called him Sunday morning or bright and early, I got ready, put on my suit. I put on my suit and whatnot. I said, wait. I called him. I said, where you are? He said he's in, what's the name of that place? Bartica. He's in Bartica. I said, Bartica. Well, I call Army. My good friend. Army is in Trinidad. Army is in Guyana. And everybody who wants Trinidad and Tobago know Army is my best friend. And I said, where's Bartica? He said, yeah, it's like 3 hours from here. You have to take a boat. You have to this. And I'm like, wow, what am I going to do? I said, you know what? I'm going to take a boat because this guy needs to answer questions. And you will see for yourself that what he did, and he lured us to an area. Now, I want to talk about that when we come back, but I want to show you how it started off on that Sunday lunchtime. Go ahead. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ian Allen. We have just left Puerto Rico. We're taking a boat to go down to...
Listen to me. I am going to Trinidad. I'm going to meet Ian Allen, and Ian Allen has to give me that shades. I am tasking myself. I'm giving myself a task. I'm going to go to Trinidad. I'm going to go on the Ian Allen program. And if I have to snatch that shades and run back to Guyana, I will. Ian Allen has to give me that shades.
Bartica, this is a connection with meeting Azruddin Mohammed. We were able to secure an interview with His Excellency, but nevertheless, he has made himself available. We just wanted to see, we were here to pay a lot of attention to the situation, the Esquimalt area, and what Maduro is saying. But while we were here, I just decided to, because in September is election, so there's a lot happening in Guyana. So one of the persons, ladies and gentlemen, that is vying for that post is Azruddin Mohammed. Since Friday, we have been trying to secure an audience with him, and everything was futile. He asked me what I'm going to ask him. He said Friday.
He asked me what I'm going to ask him. You have to prepare questions for Azri. He doesn't know policy. He doesn't know anything. Like his father. You's an ungrateful, I give you thing and you ain't take the thing and you ain't help me and... Here he asks you what questions he asks you. Me? Bring it on! I answer any call anytime and answer immediately. Irfan Ali, immediately. Jagdio, leaders. Even Norton answer off for the cuff questions. Nigel Hughes. That's how leaders operate.
Then he said Saturday, and I said well, Saturday night, but it makes no sense Saturday night. It makes no sense.
Ian Allen know Ian Allen dangers in Trinidad Saturday night. He coming up to meet Azruddin Mohammed. Not for make it back to Trinidad. Ian Allen hear stories. He take no chance.
Saturday, okay, when I called him Friday, he said he'll call me back. He said something came up. And then he said Saturday night, but that makes no sense because it is just about 15 minutes away from him. So I don't know what he's running from. And I'm about to leave Guyana. I'll be back again. Because there's a lot of development, a lot of things happening here that people really need to come and see what's happening. But most importantly, we have just taken a vessel to go to Bartica, and I want to tell you that I want to thank my good friend Army. My Army is here, so Army has assisted significantly with, and so we headed down to Bartica, and I really hope that Azruddin makes himself available, because we were supposed to meet lunchtime. I got ready, changed my clothes, and when you call him, he said he's in Bartica. That's like 3 hours away from where I am in Georgetown. So I said, you know what? I want people to see the effort that I am making to pursue this man. I don't know what he's running from, but there's a saying.
Man, you come from Trinidad till Guyana and don't know what Azruddin Mohammed running from? It's an intercontinental, you call it. You're running from jail in America. You're running for presidency in Guyana, but from jail in America. He make Ben Johnson look like joke in the 100-meter sprint. He running for, but from. So he's highly motivated. And he running marathon where you're looking for the other people, he alone running it. When you try to pass the baton to other people, they're running from the baton. Family running and drop the baton, liars running, everybody running helter skelter. You know, in a marathon, you run and you hand the baton out to somebody else. The baton fall, he pick it up, run with it again. You understand? He running far and from. Lucky, the boy lucky.
I'm not saying he's wicked, but whatever his intentions is, I don't know, because I know what he's fleeing from. Why is he running from me? You're asking me what kind of questions I'm going to ask you. But I think maybe if I had asked him, well, I want to come and see the nice house, the helicopters, all the fancy cars, maybe he would have made himself available. But I tell you, why I'm making this video is that he said in Batica, he's going to come back maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Because yesterday, we were Esquimo, and the party, His Excellency Party, the PPP, they were having their meeting. It was a big meeting, and the president made himself available, and we went and we spoke to people here. Send the bauxite. These are the people who cut the budget for the indigenous people of our country. These are the people who sent home thousands of indigenous workers. These are the people who remove the children grant for children going to school. These are the people who remove support for children. And these are the people who want to contest the election, who try to steal the value of our country, steal the elections, steal the will of the people. And these are the people we are contesting against. These are the people we are contesting against. And we are very confident. And we know not only are we going to win, but we are working on winning this in a major way, because national unity and our together will win this election. Because if you look at what is happening now, there is a national movement about Maduro interest in Esquimo and how he wants to take encroach on their property and their land. So he's asking me, imagine Azuddin asking me how I get to come back. How do I get to come back? I realizing that I'm supposed to meet you today now, and I told him yesterday I'll meet you lunchtime. At minutes at 12 I call him. He's asking me, well, you come back from I saw you in Esquimo. Well, I guess he has his people monitoring me. So he said he's going to come back 6 o'clock. What questions am I going to ask him? What is the issue here? What is the issue? What is the issue? What are you running from? Let the entire world know. Let the Guyanese voters know. What is your intention?
No, he is the only presidential candidate, Ian Allen. Sorry, sir, for not letting you know, but I think I'm going to go to Trinidad. We could go to Trinidad tonight. Mommy, look for flights to Trinidad tonight. Let me go tonight and come back anymore. Look for flights to Trinidad. Trinidad, I'll call Ian Allen. We'll go there. I'll go on the Crime Watch program and inform Ian Allen of what he has not been informed about before. He is the first candidate in the history of Guyana that has been running from and for at the same time. You understand?
Like to better their lives similar to yours. Let them live a very high standard of living. Give them the best. As you know, as you did a sanction. And there's a lot of questions we want to ask him. I know I don't think he speaks to anyone, but you can't make me come from quite Trinidad to come and question these people in Esquimo and you're avoiding me. I am making myself available. So I just want the Guyanese people
I get flights to Trinidad for today's what? Tuesday? I got there back here. I want a problem with Jabio Thursday. And I think I can get the PVP need to answer to the people. What's the game with Azuddin Mohammed? The evidence is overwhelming and nobody ain't doing nothing. I'll go to Trinidad, yes. Let me go to Trinidad. And meet you now.
That I'm on a vessel. I know I'm not risking my life, but I'm not just not accustomed to this. But it's a nice ride. And these people are beautiful people. Great food. But people need to come here. And you need to see that bridge. That bridge that they are building. Oh my God, it's out of this world. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is what we can
Here. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I driving over there, and now I go over the West Coast 2 times a day, and so right, 3-4 times a day. Once you get the right time, you could go over the West Coast fast in an hour and come back. And I wind down the window and I look at that, and there's so much pride I feel in being a Guyanese and being a part of it. Me making no money after it right now, but I feel so much pride in knowing that this is happening in my country. I'm looking at it. I want to be there, one of the first people to cross the bridge. If I gotta walk across, oh my God. Oh my God. A man had to come from another country for accept greatness when he see it. I am amazed every time. 3 times a day, I wind on the window. I'm just drive, I'm just look at the thing. And just look at the spans every time a new span going on. Oh my God. Every time, 3 times a day. I get the same overwhelming, sentimental, patriotic feeling.
The bridge, the Demerara Bridge. A lot of you want to get an idea what's happening. This is the level of development and infrastructure we're going on. This is unbelievable. So we are currently on the old Demerara Bridge, am I right? Yes, the old Demerara Bridge. And we're just showing you
Today is the first.
the other one that's being built right now. This should be finished by this year, by the end of August. In 2 months, by September.
Return tomorrow.
That bridge is out of this world. So I'm gonna keep you posted. I made this video. I don't know if I'm gonna get a meet him, but I just want people to know I'm not gonna make a video. Look what I'm going through. I have to go through all this. You understand? So let's see what's going on. So we got no Tabasco. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just arrived. I'm just showing you the jetty and what we have just arrived. I just made contact with Azudine. He's in Cartabo, so we can come and meet him there. But that has been a ride. Wow, look, it's like, look what time it is. Minutes of 5. Whew, that was a long ride, but it was really nice. And has a lot of resources. Wow, this place is, you can come here for a holiday. A lot of things. There's been a nice jetty there, green art. Yeah, it's just something else. So we're gonna make way to get there now. Let's go. And what he's saying now is that we should come and meet him. We're trying to call him.
10:11:40.
Watch it, we're trying to call him. He sent us a text. Watch. We will share. He said Cartabo. Okay, I'm here still. Hi. Right? I'm not showing you all the times, okay?
Cherry Jagan.
Parika, born in okay, 57. Cartabo. Okay. We're trying to call him back now. And to Cartabo. Where's this boy? So this is Parika.
Do we have anything to do today?
Batica, sorry. This is Batica. So we need to go to Cartabo now. He said he was in Bartica. He said that he was in Bartica. So we'll take this boat now. Right? Wow. This is what he came with.
Your man running from Ian and Ian running.
village. So he's at the village. Alright, so you see a lot of people there. But they have a couple of people. He said that they are at the community center. So, wow, this was really a run. This was really a run. A very costly run also.
Hey, what's up, man? All right.
Wow. So we have reached Cartabo, and this is where he said he would be in this little village here. Welcome, as you can see the sign, welcome, Cartabo. Alright, so we had
Man, everybody saying speed everything. Enjoy the Guyana, man. It's Guyana. Ian Allen come to Guyana and give you a tour of your own country. So this is Anog. One of Anog's executives moving hand in hand with that. I don't know how they gonna set they in part of the business and the money. Anog has a statement of its union between Azadin Mohammed and them. I know how you're separating yourself from them. This is one of the Anog people. This is where the shit is about to hit the fan.
I'm not a native of the same way we do watch your show.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thanks again, man. So you live in this village?
No, I just said I'm not from here.
Okay.
So you're touring the country?
Yeah, touring, exactly. That's what I'm doing.
What do you think of the country so far?
Beautiful, it's beautiful. A lot of resources, a lot of stuff.
We don't know where we're coming.
Didn't know where we're coming. Boy, I don't know. So let me just go see what's happening here.
They're trying to throw the man off the agitation. So what they've been doing, and now I realize, you go to Amerindian communities, we don't see people don't visit much and so on, right? And when ministers, if anybody goes to the Amerindian community, if I go to the Amerindian community, the same amount of people comes out. If you say, well, we come into the Amerindian community, right? We want to see everybody and so, everybody would come out. These Amerindian community, everybody comes, everybody wants to hear. I'm not saying they're fast, but it is no. Everybody want to hear what you gotta say. People come out with baby, you ain't got not much to do. When somebody visit these Amerindian communities, it's an event. It becomes an event. You ain't got not much to do. And there's not all the people in the community. But people got to walk and stuff, but they got to do lagging, people might go mining, people might even be in the community. Right?
Hi, how are you? Good afternoon.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. What's happening?
I'm not too much. What do you mean what's happening here? What's happening?
What's happening with you?
Oh!
I guess everything is okay.
God is good. All the time.
Thank you, guys.
God answer. When they get ready and they know what attack, God is good. So the man come. travel through all the rivers of Guyana for come see Azadin Mohammed, and Azadin Mohammed plays sit down shipping. They know how to deal with it. You gotta see Jagdio in action. Jagdio see the problem from a distance and ran into it. Or Irfan Ali. Watch laughing, Ian. You know Ian Ali? If you ain't know Ian Ali with that shades and that color jersey in the jungles of Guyana, well, you ain't know nobody. You understand? You ain't know nobody. If you ain't realize he not from there, with that shades, partner, I don't plan if I go tilt the trailer if I hijack just that shades. Don't forget when me and Aling attack, I gotta get locked up in trailer if you don't give me that shades. I take in the shades off your face. Yeah, the girl that lost her visa, Ian, as a result of association with Azadin Mohammed, yes, Odessa. And she was a nursery school teacher, and she now guides Mohammed in his speeches since he was a non-verbal child, and he's now speaking and he's looking at things. She brought him from non-verbal to semi-verbalistic.
Odessa, sorry, and what is your position? Yeah?
I'm the manager.
You're the
Loud and clear, Odessa Primus is the manager. I know it's not charitable work you're doing. You hear what I'm telling you. This by here. Let me do it for you. Let me go. You see that fella there? You could say you heard it here first. His name is Dexter Albert George. You'll be hearing about him soon. He's a member of ANUG. Nothing can be done about Dr. France because he doesn't have a visa. He just has a local bank account to lose. Right? You can hear he can cry just so the bank call in and take his bank account. Yeah. Anybody dead? So let me give you his information. He's one of ANUG's executives, and his name is Dexter Albert George. Let me see what's going on. Listen to Ian back there. Hold on.
What's happening with you?
Oh, even today?
Jesus Christ.
Odessa Primus. Odessa, sorry. And what is your position? Yeah?
I'm the manager.
You're the manager.
Definitely, the government has done a very poor job in governing.
Imagine telling Ian Ali when Ian Ali watching the Brits, so I calculate after 100 years of oil, Trinidad never had a bridge like that. You understand? So Ian Allen thinking the government do a poor job for truth. Remember before Ian Allen reach he drive down all the road, he come from the airport and think, we got flights to Trinidad? Oh, I come in there just, so give me 2 minutes. Yeah, imagine after Ian Allen passed and left amazed by the bridge that even Trinidad ain't got one. She said the government do a poor job. And Trinidad had oil for 100 years. We only got oil for 5 years. This is the first 5 years oil.
There's a lot of glamour and so on in terms of what we are doing. A lot has been happening.
But a lot has been happening before. And if the then a lot has not been done. If it's only beneficial to your friends and your family, then that's unfair and unfortunate.
Now hear what I'm telling you. Hear what I'm telling you. You see the house there? The painting government colors, right? That's government colors. The cream is what government that's painting all the properties in. Let me just go back. Azadin Mohammed sits under a shed with the people from the community at the community ground built and financed by the government. And tell the people how bad they're there. Azadin Mohammed walked on. You see this thing here? You think the communities has raised money and build these things? How you think these things happen? Azadin Mohammed builder? Huh? Them communities got boat ambulance because of where they are. Right? Who you believe financed that? They got dental boats. Just go to all them reverend community and look after the dentals of Amerindian communities. You know that? Oh, you didn't know? And Odessa Primus stands there. John Wills, the government is not helping anybody. What I'm saying, the government is not giving handouts, it's their job. But you can't go to a community and sit down under the shed that the government built and say the government is not doing anything for the people. That is what I'm talking about. Because Azadin Mohammed is not giving his money to those people. He's telling the people, put him in government and he will spend their money too. Azadin Mohammed is vying for the same position that the government has, to spend the people's money. Right? Like birds of a feather, we will stick together. You imagine you talking about a sanction man, like birds of a feather. I want to hear who's the lady voice. Anybody knows who's that lady's voice? Get it for me, get her photo, her name. And when you're sending people to me associated with the Mohammeds, you send it to my WhatsApp number. It's 740-6107. Send a picture with them. Anybody associated with the Mohammeds. And the same thing we will do with the list when we dissect the list. You send a picture to me, their legal name, and their birth, their date of birth. It's very important for the date of birth because it helps with passport and it helps deciphering people to make sure the wrong people don't lose the visa or the bank account. When she used a term like birds of a feather flock together, that was never used in terms to suggest doctors stick together, this, you know. It suggests criminals stick together. Birds of a feather flock together. It suggests criminality. Mali, we listen to this. I hear this.
Yes.
If Mr. Mohammed, we will always choose Joe.
Look at all the bridges and all the infrastructural work that is being done. And it's good. I'm not even saying that it's a terrible thing.
I'm gonna put up the whole PNL
always on the ground, reaching out to the people of this country. First, even more.
I want to hear the Ian Allen thing, man. Ian Allen, like he never wait now.
You are the hardest man to find. Yeah, but this is the first time meeting in person. You've seen on social media, you know, all over, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Reuters, you saw him on Reuters too, Ian? There's only social media. Reuters, did you see him on Reuters? Or did you learn about him from the OFAC list? Anything from the OFAC list, Ian? Where you know Mohammed's from, man? He's also on the OFAC list. And he's also have articles about him on Forbes magazine and Reuters and the OFAC, yes. And from time to time, U.S. congressmen mention him. Maduro knows him. Yes.
I get it from him, sir. My name is Azruddin Mohammed. Yes. And tell me something. Tell me about your political career, sir. Well, I have been doing my work, my humanitarian work, for the past 6-7 years now. My father is a well-known businessman in this country. And our belief, we are Muslim.
This is the same man. I was just telling him he don't entitled to help people, right?
And our belief is that it's a duty, it's compulsory for us to look after the less fortunate.
Okay.
Stop. 45, 21, hold on. It is our duty to look after the less fortunate. Y'all hear it there? Hear it in action here.
Hey, your father? Come, why you come? Listen to the story. You message Irfan, you message me. Who assisted you? Who assisted you more? Good. And it's not my duty to. Am I correct?
Yes.
It's not my duty.
It's not your duty, it's your duty to your Muslim.
But I still assisted him.
Listen to me.
You hear this? With my own. Irfan assisted with your money, taxpayers' money.
Of which he now trying to get for assist you with.
It's not my duty.
He says not his duty. Right? Me can't make up them thing this. This a he self-assess. Right?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You know, over the weekend,
hear this man.
He's a well-known businessman in this country. And our belief, we are Muslim. And our belief is that it's a duty, it's compulsory for us to look after the less fortunate.
Put them two together for me, man. Put them two together. You gotta get this banner. Here, listen to me. This banner gonna destroy itself. This banner heading good. And it's so much acting you gotta do in politics. Because everybody beating you from all kind of different direction. There's so much acting you gotta do in politics. This by heading good. Here.
Our belief is that it's a duty, it's compulsory for us to look after the less fortunate.
Okay.
It's a pillar of my religion.
Okay. And you're practicing Muslim.
He just said it's not his duty for help the man, he help the man. He's here fun.
This work myself for the past 7 to 8 years. And it's my public demand. Yes. Public demand.
It's not he, the public demand. So who demand for he get sanctioned? It's not he, it's public demand that he run. The same fucking public will run and left you when the US ready, when the US call for come for collect you. Maduro better give you your citizenship before. You like them thing there. If you look at how he's smiling when he hear the shouting and the calling, you like the there's the things. He's watch read comments and say, Mohammed for president. The boy is delusional. Watch his face. Here. Here, watch his face. Watch his face. You know, like the calling me name in the back there. You can hear the calling me name in the back there. You know, the calling me name. It's too hard.
Let's say 12, 1, 2 in the morning. Persons with single mothers, pensioners, persons with disabilities with message me. Mr. Mohammed, we need good.
You hear, Mr. Mohammed. Hey, Mr. Mohammed. Yeah? Mr. Mohammed.
Leadership. We need persons that will look out for us, that will empower us, that will work with us. And that is why, you know, I've taken up the challenge.
But I'm here for the last 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Then I spoke to you Friday when I flew in. And I saw a statement by one of your relatives which was going against
to what you believe and what you pursue.
I have examined all of the candidates, including my own nephew, Azuddin Mohammed, and I have only seen one person that fit, that outshines all the others. They insist the party.
That's it. No, I don't live here. That's your uncle.
Yes.
But he made some strong statements about you.
Yeah, but that's okay. This is a democratic country.
Have you forgiven him?
Of course.
Yeah.
He is free to choose who he wants to lead him. He is free. This is a democratic country, and he has the right to choose who he wants.
So I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions, and this is in no way to discredit you. You're free to say we are live. We are live. Political legitimacy and experience. President Irfan Ali has held government positions, led housing expansion, and attracted foreign investment. What makes you think you are more qualified than him to run Guyana?
Because I have the interests of the people at heart, and I will work with the people, because his administration.
Just like when you talk to a girl, you think I'm more qualified? Because I watch the mad crotch and he got a big dick. Why you like the boy? Oh, I see car. Why? What attracts you to a man? Oh, I saw he got a nice car. A woman with money. What attracts you to that man? Oh, he crotch pack up. Big dick.
I should think you are more qualified than him to run Guyana.
Because I have the interests of the people at heart, and I will work with the people, because his administration neglects.
You imagine, and man is asking you, what do you think you're more qualified? The interest that he has in his heart is a qualification. Presidential candidate Azuddin Mohammed for you. What do you think? Bear in mind, in the question, Ian Allen stated the background of Muhammad Irfan Ali, what he did. He said, I have the interests at heart.
Why do you say neglected?
You were just here.
Yeah.
How much persons right here don't have access to electricity and water?
What is the population? What is the population of this part of Guyana?
This village here?
Yeah.
Pertabo?
About
500 persons.
500.
So Pertabo have about 500 persons, 100 of which, 20% of which came out to see Muhammad, including the children and so on. If you build your house in the fucking bush, you expect us to bring and power Pertabo. For hundreds of millions of dollars a Guyanese, you build a Amerindian community. Your whole life it's been this way. Bigger village like what is place name? St. Cuthbert's Mission. If you're that close to the village, you get electricity. You want to build your house 1 mile away in your farm, or we must run a line for you alone 1 mile away.
So they are denied these electricity.
They're denied. Denied. Not the hardship. Bear in mind, you see how Ian Alirije with a fucking boat. So imagine you living in Pertabo along the riverine areas. So government got run electricity. Hey, 1 mile to another man, another mile to another man. He going to places where he could make people a scunt. He going to places and promising people things when even fucking realistic. I there in the bush in Mabura. From Mabura, Mabura got electricity. And from Mabura, they're 2 miles away. I must ask government for run electricity there for me.
Electricity and water.
They have a lot of water tanks parks across there. Yes, but remember, persons living in different areas behind you. This is just the health center. This is the health center. Yeah. They have a health center. Yeah.
So they got the health center. Imagine a community of 5, they got their own health center. Cartabo Health Center with solar panels up top so get electricity. All right, bye. Government
buildings. Only the government buildings here have access to water and electricity. Okay. Secondly, some believe you
only the government buildings that were created to serve the people. Oh, okay. All right, bye, G. All right.
Campaign is more about protecting personal business interests than serving the public. How do you respond to that criticism?
No, I have enough money that I can live and survive.
Not have, man. What's called the Americans say you stole the taxpayers' money. How you could live and survive when you have enough money? Well, if you have enough money, don't worry. Get into government. Go about and help and share out all your money and help the people with all the money you got. Hear this question.
In personal business interests.
Government buildings. Only the government buildings here have.
Bear in mind, another building solar panel, right? So the government couldn't even run electricity for themselves to the buildings. They had to put solar panel because the place is desolate, far area. Imagine they clear out a piece and right away have this jungle. Yes, it's jungle. All right, buddy. Go and make the people the Muscon.
Secondly, some believe your campaign is more about protecting personal business interests than serving the public. How do you respond to that criticism?
No, I have enough money that I can live and survive and continue to help us.
Okay. What specific national policies are you proposing that prove you have done more than just criticize the current government? And what solutions are you offering?
I don't think I've criticized the government because persons are coming out when I go to.
So do you think that you are under attack?
Under attack from who?
Well, the government. Do you think that they are after you? Because you made some strong statements.
Yes, of course.
With respect to
the entire country is seeing clearly what is going on, how they are victimizing. Imagine Irfan Ali approved. Let's just talk about the vehicle incident. This is well known throughout the Caribbean.
I saw they came to get your vehicles and what? That's the officials from government.
They approved it.
They have the documents to support that, sir.
Documents to
support that they approve the purchase of these high-end.
Well, they accepted the duty that I take.
But do you have any?
The Ghana Revenue Authority. He's saying Irfan Ali. How Irfan Ali can prove it? He showed that when he paid the taxes, he showed Irfan Ali a bill. What does Irfan Ali have to do with the approval? Talking about this man this man ahead ain't good. He can't remember. Anytime you put it to scrutiny press conference, it's done.
They accepted it and did they approve it? They have documents to show that.
I have they asked to submit evidence.
Okay.
I submitted WhatsApp messages showing that he approved it.
How you submitted what you sent to the president and said this is what I paid for the car? The president can't approve the paying or receipt of taxes. He never did that. He showed that he sent to the president to pay this. There's no approval.
Okay, tell me something. We are here on Sunday.
Imagine. Yes, imagine how they're coming after me.
Tell me.
I can't even get a flight out of Oval Airport. Can't even get a flight, out of Oval Airport to come here.
No, they're not coming after you. No credible organization. So airlines have local airlines have a direct connections outside. From time to time, Rima Airways will do flights to Trinidad, and if you book flights, you will be sanctioned. The airlines can't do any transaction with you. How you get a flight? You are a sanctioned individual. Nonsense you're talking. You don't have a fucking bank account. How you paying these people? You don't have no bank wants a problem with you. Nobody with common sense wants a problem with you. Odessa Primus just show that she's there with you and make her laugh, she'll lose your visa. Others will be losing the visa. Just put up Dexter thing there. If he has a visa, it gone. Just for association. Nobody's coming after you as a result of the sanctions. The sanctions are put there to inform all and sundry in the world that there will be consequences for association with you. Your family, your own family run. What I got to do with the government of Guyana?
I gotta take a boat that that's gonna take 2 to 3 hours. That is a clear case of victimization. Why you can't get that? Because they instructed the owners of the air services.
So they instructed the banks too? This man up on the OFAC sanction list that explains in detail that association with this man will cause consequences to people, and tell people it's the government instructing people. What wrong with this? You talk to this boy though.
Instructed them, do not allow me on the flights, and people
have a helicopter, I believe you've seen it, you know. You have a helicopter?
No, that is air service.
Air service.
Exactly. I used to come to Bartica here every week. Okay. But everything they shut down. I have a quarry right over here.
You don't have a quarry. Nobody in Guyana has no fucking quarries. Government give. Government gifted y'all that. Mining lands and everything is the people's thing. That you ain't got nothing. You're given a lease to mining lands and so on. And quarry land. The boy is so delusional. He doesn't realize concept. For so long, he's been allowed by his father and everybody else to believe his own nonsense. He have a quarry. That the government can't. How will the government collect the money for their? How will the government collect the taxes they need to collect from you? The government can't have no business with you.
From here, a local business. They're shut.
Legitimate.
Local business is shut.
How the government gonna do business with you? The same government will thief the taxpayers' money, and the government is responsible for that. That's why Thursday I got to ask Jack you and here finally, what is the program with you? There's no legitimate business under the Mohammeds. How you got local business legitimate? And it says on the sanctions, Nazar, Shell Mohammed, Azadeen Mohammed, Team Mohammed, Mohammed's Enterprise, Harry's World, names and businesses associated with are all under sanctions. What nonsense y'all talking?
Let's talk about sanctions, scandal, and corruption. The U.S. Treasury claims you defrauded the Guyana government and by extension the taxpayers over $50 million through undeclared gold exports. Do you deny these allegations, sir?
Sorry, I don't know about that. I know I'm one of the largest taxpayers in this country.
Can I repeat it?
You don't know about that. And it's as a result of that, his name is on the OFAC list as a sanctions individual. He don't know about it.
The U.S. Treasury claimed, the U.S. Treasury, not the government of Guyana, the U.S. Treasury, United States government claims, they claim, not Irfan, not whoever, not Barrett, not whoever is in power here. The U.S. Treasury claimed you defrauded the Guyana government by extension and taxpayers over $50 million through undeclared gold export. Do you deny these allegations?
I don't know of that. I know all the gold was declared in the United States of America.
But why is the U.S. making that kind of claim? Why I won't say accusation, claim, but they have all their documents and whatnot.
I don't know. But what I know, go ahead. If coal that elite this country, all that amount of gold that they're claiming there, then senior officials gotta know about the modus of operandi. That's what I.
So you know about the gold smuggling, and you have been You did it with persons from the government of Guyana, or you don't know about it? I'm confused. I'm confused.
But why is the U.S. making that kind of so that Barrett, not whoever is in power in government? Let's talk about sanctions, scandal, and corruption. The U.S. Treasury claims you defrauded the Guyana government and by extension the taxpayers over 50 million through undeclared gold exports. Do you deny these allegations, sir?
So I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Here.
You know, I'm one of the largest taxpayers.
He knows he's one of the largest taxpayers. You don't know about that. All right, we continue.
Making that kind of claim. Why I won't say accusation, claim. Because they have all their documents and whatnot.
But what I know, go ahead. If gold that elite this country, all that amount of gold that they're claiming, then senior officials gotta know about the modus of operation.
We have not denied that. One senior official has already been sanctioned with you also. There's no denial of that. What we're asking if you smuggle gold.
But I know if all this gold had to leave this country, you just can't, walk through this airport with gold. Gold is a heavy.
But why would the U.S. make such a strong claim? And you need to understand it's not just government. It is the U.S., United States of America, making a claim against you, Mr. Mohammed. You tell me about that.
I don't know about that. I know all the gold was declared in the United.
He don't know. Azzedine Mohammed. Let me go it over again for you. Fucking ignorance is unbelievable. OFAC sanction list. OFAC sanction list. Search by country. Guyana. Guyana. So this is the sanction. Take out the thing from the bottom there. Azzedine Mohammed, Nazar Mohammed, Mohammed Enterprise, Azzedine Imtiaz Mohammed, Hadith World Incorporated, Team Mohammed Racing Team, May Thomas. All sanctioned. Right? All right. Let me go back to something else. Mohammed sanction in Guyana. I'll now Kaichur Chronicle Bababab Nawardo. I want to go to ICE immigration joint thing. Now why you listen to this? Put it up. New York Homeland Security Investigation New York joined the U.S. Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control OFAC in coordinating with law enforcement partners and announcing sanctions against members of Guyana's wealthiest family, Nazar Mohammed, his son Azzedine Mohammed, their company Mohammed Enterprise, May Thomas, a Guyanese government official, for the role in public corruption in Guyana. OFAC today is announcing the result of a multi-agency investigation that uncovered the Mohammed's alleged encumbrant abuse of power to the tune of at least tens of millions of dollars. One of the wealthiest families in Guyana history has shown that Mohammeds wielded their money and influence with impunity and sheer disregard for the greater global impact. This is stated. Bro, when I watch you, it's for go to square. I don't know how you forget them. That's the thing we used to do all the time. And I watching you steady and I laughing like just on hand with me head, sir. Yeah. This is what was said. This is in the public domain. Here he answer.
It is the U.S., United States of America, making a claim against you, Mr. Mohammed.
And Ian is wrong in saying claim is not a claim. Has brought sanctions against him as a result of multi-agency investigation.
Tell me about that. I don't know about that. I know all the gold was...
How we know about that? And excerpts from the investigation are listed on the OFAC site. Why, when, where, with who? Why is America holding $5 million US in gold for them presently in Miami? Why more than $5 million US? Take a liar, go and get your money, go and get your gold, go and pick it up. This man is saying, ask him, did he receive a letter of intended prosecution from the United States of America?
Cleared in the United States.
If you believe the OFAC sanctions are unfair or politically motivated, have you taken any legal steps to challenge or appeal them? If you believe,
yes.
What are the challenges that you have taken? The steps that you have taken to defend yourself?
Attorneys in the U.S. OFAC attorneys, dealing with that presently.
OFAC attorneys? They got OFAC attorneys?
Of your attorneys or the chamber that they are attached to?
No, I don't want to make that up.
You don't want to do that? Yeah. Given you are blocked from engaging with the U.S. financial institution, that you are blocked from engaging with U.S. financial institution, how would you lead a country whose largest oil partners and investors include American firms?
Very soon, these sanctions should be lifted. Very soon.
Can you imagine the madness what he promising Guyanese? I want to make a point before I leave. Y'all go and watch Ian Allen thing. And tomorrow we're going to continue with this. I want to make a point before I leave. And I want to show you something. This is a Venezuelan funded website. This is a Venezuelan funded website. I want you to listen to this. Irfan Ali, false rumors about U.S. over alleged smuggling from Venezuela not only targets our nation, but seeks to attack the image of Guyanese candidate Azadine Mohammed. A Venezuelan page that has been known. I know this page. The time when I had the problem with the Venezuelan embassy, this page is attacked. This is a page attacks. This page accepts that Venezuela belongs to Escobar, is in support. And it's a Venezuelan Maduro funded Facebook page. Accept Azadine Mohammed as a candidate. Representing Azadine Mohammed. Y'all watch the connection. Y'all watch and hear what the US got to say. I got things to do in the background. Y'all follow these people. Y'all follow the madman and don't learn. Remember, I keep it real here all the time. Peace out.